What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend, and today, day trading, I made $11,400. And I mean, it's honestly crazy. This is the best month I've ever had. I honestly thought tomorrow was also part of September. It's not, but in the month of September, I closed out $120,000 of profits. Pretty insane. My best previous month was July, which was 100,000 flat, so this is 20% better than that. And we're feeling the markets starting to get a little bit hotter overall on average. Now, that's not to say that there's not some slow days, but overall there's a lot of opportunities, guys, and I just love to see everyone taking advantage of it. We had so many people killing it in the Discords, rocking best months. I'm gonna go over that just for a little bit, just so you guys can see. As a reminder, tomorrow is the first of the month, so if you are going to sign up for the Discord, do it tomorrow. That's a really good time because it's the first of the month. Again, you get billed the day you sign up and every subsequent first of the month. So if you sign up today, you'll be billed today and then tomorrow as well. So sign up tomorrow, you won't be billed again until November 1st, and we'd love to have you. Just so many people killing in there. And in this video today, I'm gonna talk about some of the best plays from today that I butchered, some of the great ones, and you know, some of the setups that I'm looking at for tomorrow. And hopefully this video will be helpful in terms of, you know, you guys figuring out how to be better traders, because that's what I'm here for, to help you guys be better traders. Obviously, I'm not a perfect trader, but we're all growing better together in this process. And I absolutely love it, man. Absolutely love it. So let's have my laptop and look at these charts, man. All right, guys. So I'm here on my laptop, and this is my day trade profits tracking Google Sheets. Again, I did a video on this if you want to copy this. I actually recently updated it. If you got the old one when that video first came out, I added an average day thing to the template. You can see here, there's an average day built in now. So if you want to go re-download the template so you can have your new one have this average day, I think it's helpful because that way you know kind of what your average day is on the month. So if you're at like a lower number than that, you know kind of what you need to get to hit your baseline. I kind of like that. But here's my 120K month, man. Pretty epic. Again, best month before that was July, which was 100K flat. Just so grateful to be here and be sharing this with you guys. It's so incredible, man. Here's 2021 so far. I just actually today passed $600,000 in realized profits. If we get hot enough in the last quarter, man, I could feasibly hit $1 million realized this year, which is pretty insane. So very excited for that, man, and excited for what's to come. Now I do want to go through the legendary profits thread in the Discord just a little bit, just to give some shout outs to these guys, because it's so incredible. I'm gonna take, you know, maybe a minute and a half to do this. Big shout out to Alex, man. So much consistency he's gained. I remember when he was struggling to have, you know, $50 days, and he tells his story, man. It's crazy. And now one red day, which I think wasn't kind of really his fault, but a $20,000 month, man. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. We got so many people. Big Jeff, man, record-breaking month, 42,000. Look at that. Not a single red day. Not a single red day, bro. I think that's my favorite thing about this group, the consistency that we all have. Like, it's insane. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Big shout out to Sal. He's come a long way. I know he's gonna blow this out of the water next month. I'm expecting a 5-figure month from him. Trader Tim, look at that, man. Since joining, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Look at that. Look at that growth. It's just wild. It's so wild. Kevin, killing it, man. That's me right here. Look at Tran. Tran, absolute beast mode. Here's his old job salary. The pink line is where he quit and became, you know, full-time trading with us. And look at the trading profits versus his job salary. I mean, that's pretty insane, man. That's pretty insane. I mean, it almost looks like a flat line, he said, and it really does. It really does. Moon out here, missing half the month, still almost a 50K month. That's insane, bro. All green days. That's crazy. Look at that. Killing it, man. Shout out to Sparks. Shout out to Healthy Wealthy Ginger, man. Just epic. Just absolutely love it. So I'm very grateful to see all these incredible results. I'm so blessed to have this Discord with you guys, and I'm just ready to keep killing it. So here's a chart for me today. I guess I still had that pulled up from the last video. So I want to talk about some plays today. And kind of the play of the day, or I guess the topic of the day was, well, I guess there were two topics. The main theme of the day was, number one, big panics with like kind of choppy bottoms and then strong delayed bounces. So that's number one. And then number two is breaking news plays are back. So let's go to these panics first. So I want to go to ILUS first. And I talked about this, you know, I was kind of expecting a big red day today. Unfortunately, I wasn't more on it at the open because it started selling off right at the open. I could have made some money shorting it right at open. But instead, I really didn't make money shorting it on this dump here, only kind of on the top side here. But it sold off a lot, guys, and this was tough to find the bottom on. Like you can see there's a lot of fake outs where it looks like it's trying to bounce, and it just kept going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. Finally, it found a bottom at 26.5. And I actually had 60,000 shares from, I'm pretty sure, like literally like right at the bottom here, under 27 for sure. I think it was like 26.5 average or something like that, maybe 26.6. So 60,000 shares, again, every penny, that's $600. And I knew I would have to be patient, but somehow I still really struggled to do it, man. So I ended up selling, I think, all of it by like 28.5 or something like that, which is crazy. It's crazy, but you know, I see those unrealized profits after just, you know, getting washed out a couple of times on these fake bottoms, and it's tough not to lock it in when you see real profits, because you're thinking, all right, if this breaks to another low, I'm gonna have to cut again, take another loss. I would rather lock in, you know, $600 here after it bounces 1 penny, and then you know, rebuy when it breaks to a new low, versus be cutting, take another loss, and you know, see these $600 disappear. That is an unfortunate mindset, guys, and you know, it's still something that I'm working on, but eventually you'll just start to notice that the you know, the selling pressure just eases up. It just eases up, and it's something that I'm still working on. But I guess, you know, something that hindsight, I'm looking at this chart, you can kind of tell a little bit here by this volume, guys. You know, there's a lot of selling. There's a lot of selling off. There's a ton of volume here. And then when it puts in a bottom, the volume really just dries up, man. Sellers are gone, and this thing, it just continues to bounce for the rest of the day. I mean, this thing is wild, guys. It bounces all the way up above 35 from 26.5. I mean, that's insane. If I had held that, that would have been like, what is that, almost 10 cents a share? That would have been like $5 grand, bro. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I think in the future, when I'm looking at these, I gotta pay more attention to volume, because once the volume dries up, it's a pretty good sign that all the sellers have disappeared. And also something that I should have paid more attention to on this one was the fact that it literally bounced off the exact same area. Look at that wick, guys. It literally bounced off the exact same price point from the other panic. So pretty wild. Technical analysis works, man. It works. And you know, I'm not sure what to expect on ILUS from here. I really have no idea. There could be more downside, guys. There definitely could be more downside. This thing, I'm not sure. You know, if they get more updates, if they publish a crazy deal, you know, whatever, maybe it breaks these highs, or, you know, maybe there's no news from them, or the news is, you know, not what people were expecting. That's why this sold off, and maybe it goes back under 20. It could happen, guys. Long term, I still like this company, but again, when a stock gets, you know, ahead of itself, it has to pull back. It always pulls back every single time. It will do it eventually. So that's just something, you know, I want you to remember. Now, this stock was actually pretty involved with another YouTuber. I'm not going to say any names. I'm not trying to start any beef. I have no hard feelings against anyone, but a lot of his plays sold off today, and they all did it kind of right at the same time. It was actually kind of led by ILUS, I would say, but then CYBL went, and you know, this one started kind of strong. It gapped up. But then it broke down and went into a pretty big panic. I would have shorted this thing if there had been shares to short, but there were not, unfortunately. So I just had to watch this panic. And this was, you know, kind of a similar story, guys. It sold off. Well, I guess it sold off, bounced. Broke this bottom here. You know, had a failed bounce, another failed bounce, another failed bounce, another failed bounce, and another failed bounce, but then it double bottomed here. I actually was long like 500,000 shares from right here, and I sold most of them literally like into this pop right there, like literally into that pop, which is just so depressing, man. So depressing. I really need to work on my patience with this, but again, it was kind of the same thing where like you just kind of get tired of being patient, and eventually. Once you get tired of being patient, that's when the actual bounce comes. You know, you get tired of trying to hold for the big bounce, so you just take your small gains, to avoid getting washed out on the next lower low, and then that's actually the bottom. And you know, I would say on this thing, it's pretty much the same thing, guys. Like, you can see this volume here, and yeah, I mean, the volume never ever broke above this low again. It never did. And this would have been a nice dip buy right here, actually. But I missed that one too because I was paying attention to other plays. So, you know, same thing. On Fern, pretty much the same thing happened, guys. Now this one I actually started shorting, and I made some money shorting this one because they actually did have shares to short, and CYBL started panicking before this one did, and I was like, all right, well, they're connected. They're probably gonna sell off. Stocks that run together in the same sector, same YouTuber, same, you know, whatever, they sell off together. And that actually turned out to be the perfect case. So, I mean, I was saying this is probably gonna panic, and that was before we got any of these candles, and then it did go into a big panic. And I actually made some decent money shorting it. Unfortunately, I switched biases a little too soon here, and the fills were actually really, really bad. So I got washed out, kind of ugly. I was short like 100K from here, but I covered way too soon. I don't even know where. I think I only made like a few $100 on that one. I might have covered like here or something. I might have went long on that tiny little fake out green candle there, and then you just could not sell. And so I was trying to catch the bottom, and eventually I actually did catch the bottom. I actually perfectly caught this one as well after getting washed out. I think I lost like about 1,000, maybe like 700 total between all of these plays. But finally, you know, I was, you know, down 700, but I caught some really good entries with big size. So I had 500K Fern too from here. I was actually a little more patient on this one, but still not as patient as I could have been. And, you know, I think I only made like 800 on that bounce or something, which is crazy because, I mean, it did end up bouncing, you know, over a cent a share. 500,000 shares, 1 cent a share would be $5,000. So, like, I barely took any part of that move. And again, you can see it never broke that volume from right here, from this lower day. You know, it never went higher than that again after there. So it really just kind of faded down. And there was a lot of volume on this one, so I really thought that was gonna be the bottom. So when it double bottomed here, I thought it would go, but then it made another lower low and then another lower low off of that. So it was really choppy, guys. And it was tough. Honestly, it was tough. It was tough to find the bottom. But you know, these plays, you gotta be patient. I'm not really sure what the best way is. You know, some people might say it's best to wait for it to put in a bottom and then, you know, go from there. I don't know that I believe that. I think it's worth attempting it as many times as it takes. I still need to work on my patience because typically they have a good bounce, you know, after that. Now, certain stocks don't like to bounce, but these stocks have liked to bounce. And you know, the stronger they are, the more buyers are going to step in once they find a certain stopping point, especially if there's not a ton of dilution. So keep that in mind, guys. Now, we had a ton of breaking news plays today. SRNY, no, SR, what is it? SNRY? Yeah, there we go. I mean, look at this, guys. Just insane. Unfortunately, I had my phone open, so I missed getting this one. So like, this was, I think, a tweet, and my phone already was open to Twitter, so I didn't get notified. This one came out, and because of that, I knew that we would get some other ones, and we ended up getting some other ones. Came out right here. I actually dip bought some here on AVVH, but we got a tweet for that one there. We had IFXY, also spiked up huge. I was calling this one out before. Unfortunately, I didn't load up probably when I should have on this one. I could have bought this. I mean, I started buying it here, and I ended up cutting it at like 5.1, and then I ended up having to chase. I only got like 500K shares from 5.6, sold at like 6.2 or something like that. I could have had millions from up in here in this area. I mean, there were a lot of sellers at 5.3 and 5.4. I just wasn't sure because there was a bidder at, you know, like 5.1 and then 4.8. So I didn't want to buy a ton, not have them tweet. So it's kind of tough, but you know, just a lot of breaking news plays, guys. We had, let's see what else. ICOA. I mean, this was a pretty wild breaking news play. This one actually just kind of ran up into close. This is one definitely you want to keep an eye on for tomorrow. But just kind of nuts, guys. A lot of these going on. We had INND. There's another one. I mean, just big spike off that breaking news. A lot of these plays were moving. So I'm keeping an eye on all these. I actually did lock in some profit today on some of my swings. Just because I'm a little nervous of having, you know, like a big sell-off day. Like we've had on a lot on a lot of these stocks, guys. So I'm just worried about custodianships in general having a huge red day and me not being able to buy the dip at all. So I took some profits. I may regret that in the future. I'm still holding shares in all of them, but you know, not as big size in most of them. So that's just something I want to mention here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm forgetting, man. Oh yeah, iFan. I'm forgetting iFan. This one came out right at the end of the day. I called this one out. They had updated officer lists, so I think potentially the shell had already been bought. So I'm pretty sure that means, you know, the new company that bought the shell is like in the process of getting things ready. So when that filing hit, I mean, this thing spiked up a lot. I called this out. I didn't even pull up the chart though, unfortunately, because I would have made a boatload of money on this thing, man. I mean, even 100K at 4, you know, you sell at 4.6, that's 600 bucks. So, I mean, if I could have gotten more shares, 200K, that's, you know, 1,200 bucks. It would have been a lot of money for sure, but I didn't even pull this one up because I was so busy scalping TCHY, man. And, you know, if you're not in the Discord, I guess you don't understand why we love this stock so much. It's just such a great stock. I love it, man. Absolutely love it. And, you know, that's all I need to say on this one. Just great for scalping. SPY, I guess the SPY, this was ugly at the end of the day. I mean, this was ugly, guys. It had like a ton of straight red candles. So I dip bought it here and it got stuffed hard. I ended up re-dip buying, made like 200 bucks on this bounce, but then got washed out a little bit here because I wasn't sure if it was gonna break 430, and it did. You know, then it just kind of went wild. So the market overall could get really ugly, guys. Honestly, it could get pretty ugly. You see this, like, we're right at the bounce level from this other one. If it breaks below that and starts going down, it could get ugly. I mean, it was holding an uptrend for like a long time. Like a long time. I think we're due for a fat correction, or it'd be nice. You know, it makes a lot of opportunities. It creates more volatility, which for us day traders is exactly what we need. So, you know, I absolutely love that, and I hope we keep getting this volatility. Those are the main things I'm watching. I guess JZZI, that was the other thing. You know, this had some breaking news this morning. And, you know, it ended up running. It couldn't break past the previous levels. I think there were too many bag holders. Volume, you can see, didn't pass that day. But it did, you know, it did have a nice run. Better than I was expecting, honestly. Better than I was expecting. This one is still being pumped heavy on Twitter. So potentially this one keeps running. So it's worth keeping an eye on for sure. I want to pull up PJET. Okay, this one did sell off, yeah. OCLG. JPEX. Ooh, FBCD, guys. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, this one also was a breaking news play today, and a lot of us nailed this one. I think. I mean, yeah, this was nice. I was a little slow on my order for this one, but this one also spiked up big. I actually already had shares of this that I added on a swing, and I was able to take some off up in here. I really do think this runs and breaks those highs, so we'll see what happens. KRFG, still pretty ugly. Still kind of selling off. If we get a big red day, man, hopefully I can add big. You know, we might crack here and get a candle down here. I'm not sure. It could happen. Or, you know, maybe we get an update and we rip through these highs. I'm pretty sure it's breaking these highs, so I'm loading up. I got a lot of shares on this one now. So it might look ugly in my unrealized losses if this thing does dip down here, but I'm just going to add because I personally am pretty confident in this one. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. If I forgot something, I apologize. Oh, I guess, yeah, BRYYF. This is one that's getting pumped on Twitter really big. I mean, look at that volume, 7 billion in volume. I mean, that's just nuts, man. That is just absolutely insane. I mean, it's just not, I don't even know what to say. 7 billion in volume. I don't know if I've ever seen that. If it's not HCMC. Had a nice breakout here, so we'll see how high this can go if it keeps getting pumped on Twitter. And yeah, that's that. You know, CEI, I really wasn't trading this today at all. I lied. I shorted it a little bit right here into this bounce, seeing if it would die. Ended up not dying. I covered, lost like 500 bucks. Didn't look back. Never traded again. I'm not even sure what FAMI did today. What did FAMI do? Nah, it was kind of a lame day on FAMI, huh? I guess, you know, there was a nice range if you wanted to scalp it, but yeah, not for me. I didn't trade this one at all. That's pretty much it, guys. that's pretty much it. I'm not seeing anything else, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, you know the drill. Let's grow better together.
Bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí